Another episode, another day where Zidane Zidane is unavailable for matches. He's at AFCON, as are a couple of other first-team players. Yeah, it is right before Christmas. Rodrigue Nana, our backup goalie, is away, as is Sassy at left mid. Probably should have planned ahead for this, shouldn't I? But I didn't. We have got to adapt and overcome at Lewis FC, something we've done well this year. Right now, I don't want to get carried away, we're in first. We are doing a triple header of matches today. I will apologise. 2 of them are against Liverpool, but they are a big rival at the moment. The first of those games is the EFL Cup quarter-final. Elsewhere in this competition, Brentford and Coventry are the other 2 teams that have made it through the quarter-finals. Arsenal, obviously, a pretty good team, but you'd have to imagine whoever wins out of ourselves and Liverpool is probably the favourites to win it all. And after that, we are going to be taking on a relegation-fighting West Ham, probably with a rotated team, and then it's back to play Liverpool yet again at the Lewis FC Stadium. And with ourselves and Liverpool trading blows in first and second, obviously it's a mighty important game to win. Now, since we were last here, 7 games played, 6 wins, 1 defeat. That first defeat was the first game following on from the game against Atleti. Against Crystal Palace, I rotated the team. Maybe I shouldn't have. And the man who scored against us for Crystal Palace is a man who I just see repeatedly popping up in this save game. João Pedro, he's played for Bournemouth. He's now playing for Crystal Palace. And yeah, he was putting us to the sword here. I will say, as bad as this result is, if we do just look at Crystal Palace's recent games, whilst they struggle to win often, they did actually beat Liverpool at Anfield very recently. So as much as I want to blame them for the reason that we're not further clear at the top, they are actually the reason that we're top of the table at all. In our very next game, we were away from home against Fulham. Of course, Fulham are a bit of a phenomenal force in this game, and they were playing a 4-2-4, so we adapted things very early on to drop the wider players deeper, and off the back of that, we were able to grind out a 3-1 win. Claudio Ruiz at right back, getting man of the match. I feel like this is a man whose profile I don't really click on all that often. He's got 5 assists and 2 goals so far in the Premier League, 2 in the Champions League as well. He's having a really good season. We kept our flawless run in the Champions League going against Basel, went into this game as favourites, and well, we performed as favourites should. Laudrup and Zidane getting on the score sheet, always great to see. Of course, with Zidane at AFCON, Laudrup is the man who I would ordinarily be calling upon very desperately. He's been out for a little while lately, which has been a bit of a shame, but he has 6 goals in 6 Champions League matches and 11 goals in 12 league starts. He's having a massive breakout year. Like, if we just compare his performances last year to this year, I'm not sure it's the same player. Admittedly, the reason his goal per game pace is so good is because of this game here against Tottenham. We beat them 6-1. Laudrup scored 4 goals. And yes, you might have spotted it. In this universe, Ange has gone back to Tottenham. I don't know if this is football heritage, romanticism, or if it's a bit weird. I'll let you decide. But yes, having gone to Forest and been sacked rather promptly, went to Manchester United, Bayern Munich, and 6 years after moving to Germany, he returned to London this season. Admittedly, right now they are down in 16th. So who knows how long he's really going to last. I will say as well, Simon in this game getting 3 assists was really good to see. I feel like this guy is just kind of a criminal squad player. I will say, I feel like he's declined just a little bit as a player this year. Maybe his age catching up with him early. But he's got 7 assists through 12 games, which is great. I will say, with an XG of 3.5, the fact he's only scored 1 goal is a bit of a concern. And from there, in our 3 most recent games, 3-1 has been the magic number. 3-1 we managed to win against Oxford as they scored late on. Against Besiktas, we won 3-1. Another last-minute goal, this time in our favour. And against Newcastle United, where we won 3-1, NDIA grabbed his first goal for the club. Their 20-year-old is in the team at centre-back. And I know what you're thinking. What does that mean for Rovas? I'll tell you what it means. I've sold him already. He's heading to Besiktas. Now, we signed this guy less than like 4 months ago for £18 million. He played 4 games, got a 6.53 rating. How much have we moved him on for, I hear you ask? A grand total of 16 million. Admittedly, it could creep above 18 million with clauses, but it's a guaranteed 16 million. And I guess it's just a bit of an expensive lesson with this guy. Yeah, maybe I didn't give him enough a chance. I've not been that keen on him since he arrived. I feel like we bought a centre-back for the sake of it, and actually, Dauda Ndai, who we've signed here, is good enough, I think, to be the 5th choice centre-back, really. Obviously, he's a little way, perhaps, off the level of Rovas, although actually, when you look at this comparison here, is he a level off? I've signed the guy on the left for £1 million, which makes spending 18 million on the man on the right even more questionable. Elsewhere in this game, Soares grabbing a goal was really nice to see. I'm trying to play this guy a little bit more. We signed him last January to play at centre-back. He's actually become the go-to backup defensive mid. Now, with the Rovas sale going through, there is going to be a little bit of transfer budget to potentially spend on a player. But to be honest, if I'm worrying about anything, I'm worrying about a few more players that are unhappy because they've not played enough and want to leave. Luis Garcia, who we signed in pre-season on a free transfer, is trying to force a move because I've not been playing him enough. I guess I could try and lower his playing time a little bit here. Maybe that'll make him happy to stick around. Have recently started training him to play left mid. Whether or not he's going to be around long enough to learn that position remains to be seen. And the other man who's unhappy, and this one hurts a little bit, is Rodrigue Nana. I want to lower his playing time, but when I lower it, it makes him unhappy. But then when I'm not playing him, he's also unhappy. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Obviously, the 23-year-old goalie is a great deputy goalkeeper for us at AFCON at the moment, but he's homegrown at club, which really makes him invaluable. I need to try and work out a way to appease him. Maybe it is just giving him a couple of league games here and there and hoping that's enough to convince him to stick around. You might have noticed, though, there are a load of players with wanted tags next to their names. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe a few players will be moving on in the window. If I was maybe looking at players, I do question if Blake Pearce could make way. Admittedly, I feel like his valuation of 8.6 to 9.2 million is a little on the low side. And one man who I definitely want to get rid of and is unhappy because I keep trying to get rid of him is Graham Byrne. There is some interest in him yet again, but it's loans from Arsenal and Fulham. We're going to try and secure a permanent move for him in January, but that might be difficult. You can see here, we have the most team goals in the team. Byrne, I don't think, has scored for us yet this year, and he has played the odd game here and there, but I guess what is most notable on this screen is the league table. We sit top, we sit pretty. 16 games played is actually a game fewer than Chelsea, who are down in third. As a little reminder, Liverpool is the third match today, West Ham is the second match today, they're second from bottom, but first and foremost, yeah, okay, it is another Liverpool game, but it is the EFL Cup, and we want to do well in this one. Now, I did already mention the players away at AFCON, and Laudrup, of course, is coming back from this little injury. If you were wondering, it is just a tight hamstring. It's the kind of injury where I probably could play him in this game. I don't necessarily think it's worth the risk. So, with our first two choice strikers out for this game, it is going to be Kakayo and Aguiar leading the line together. Bordalas is going to have a lot of minutes to play now, isn't he? Because with Sassy away, this is the only option I really have at left midfield. I guess the alternative option I would have is Simon, and he may well have to play left midfield during a jam-packed January schedule. The issue is Simon can't play left back, can't play left wing back, so if I need to go to the more defensive shape that we have gone onto on the odd occasion, it's going to be very difficult. In terms of the rest of the team, though, it really is a team that picks itself. Jimenez, I have been given some matches too. I saw some YouTube comments yesterday saying that I'm underrating this guy and not playing him enough. He has had a pretty good rating this year, which has been a bit inflated by just playing against weaker opposition in the league. I think the other thing to note with him is the fact he has actually played 10 Premier League games as a starter. So he started more than half of our league matches so far this year. He is getting minutes. It's just not necessarily in the big games that I'm covering in episodes. Now, both matches against Liverpool are at home, so I guess this would be a good way to set the tone for today's episode with a nice win in the EFL Cup. It's a competition that I don't think we've got to the semi-final of in any season yet. I'm looking at the Liverpool lineup here. Daniel for them is the man to keep the eye on. I realised recently when I was looking through transfers that have happened in the world, they spent almost £200 million on him this summer. And if you are wondering, what does a £200 million striker look like? He looks like this. He's absolutely stupendous. I've never felt so inadequate in my life. And he's not even a real footballer. Man City have Shrek. Liverpool have Daniel. One of those sounds more intimidating than the other. I'm not even sure which it is, actually. 15 minutes played in this game. Liverpool having a little more of possession, but not creating a great deal with it. It is tipping it down here at the Lewis Stadium as well. Aguiar can't win the header, but Victor gets the second ball. Kakayo could go right, does go right. I mentioned Ruiz. He's been so good this year out on that right-hand side. Last year, he had that breakout performance against Brighton. He's doing it again down this right-hand side here. Can he turn provider? Cardoza, Victor, shot, blocked. That was almost a goal. Liverpool, I want to say on the back foot. Obviously, there's been one highlight, but they're on the back foot. We're on the front foot here. Bordalas dancing in the wide area, giving it to Rio. Back to Bordalas. That is a shocking pass inside that Liverpool are going to deal with. I suppose with the fact they've got Daniel up front, if there was any question as to are they rotating for this competition, it's been answered. Cardozo puts it in again. He could have had 2 assists here. It's still not fully cleared away. Aguiar Back to goal, difficult angle, he was offside. I mean, the XG for us sits at 0.92. We've had 0 shots on target. Make it 1 shot on target. Thank you, Football Manager, for ruining the point I was trying to prove. We've had 2 really good opportunities from up close, but Liverpool have got men behind the ball and got blocks on both of them. And now, while they're looking to make something happen here, is down shoots, and that whistles just over. Minambrez for us in goal, yet to be called into action in this game. There's only been 1 shot on target. We're almost, halfway through this game? It's not a classic. I mean, it's 0-0 at the break. This is one of those games where I don't really want to overcomplicate things. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy. I'm not actually going to change anything here because I think we're doing fine. Obviously, this Christmas period that we're entering into and then January is just a horrible kind of stretch of fixtures from a congestion point of view. Against West Ham in the second game today, I am probably going to rotate the team a little bit. Probably going to be a few cameos from players that don't often play in live commentaries. But, well, we should focus on the here and now because Daniel is bringing it forward. He has the gift. He has the power. What is that? My players can't do that. It's not fair. I don't know who I hate more, Daniel or Shrek. What a goal this is here by the number 15. You think, oh, we're fine. He's a long way out. He just finesses it into the top corner. What a strike. The angle we had from the initial kind of TV angle was quite satisfying, wasn't it, to watch it nestle in? Well, having been really happy with that first half, we've gone a goal down less than a minute into the second. I'm immediately going to shout some encouragement at the players because we are very much the underdogs in this game. I know you can look at the league table and kind of think, well, you know, you should be doing better against Liverpool, but actually, Liverpool are the better team. Our performance has not been bad here, but I should make changes, shouldn't I? Why am I hesitating? Why did I not make changes sooner there? I was hovering over the pause button and there was a voice in the back of my head that just said, wait, something good is going to happen. Was that voice legitimate or do I need to go and ignore myself more? They're on the attack here. I don't like this. They're knocking around nicely. They've hit the woodwork right now. Now I am making changes. Kakayo, just relieve the pressure. Get it out of play. Highlight. You can end now, please. And unless we want to go up the other end and score, in which case that's absolutely fine. Okay, I'm making changes. The ball's out of play. Kakayo is on a 6.27 in this one. I'm going to bring in Burn. I'm also going to bring in Laudrup. I know he's got this tight hamstring. I'm going to risk him. Elsewhere, Bordelas not having a good game. I am going to bring in Simon to play out on the left-hand side. And through the middle, might be a bit of a surprising change, this one. I'm going to take off Victor. I'm going to bring in Addons, the Nigerian who I was looking to loan out. Has made a bit of a name for himself. He's actually put in good performances in the matches we've used him in. Let's give him a chance here. It's a squad game. We're going to need to use the whole squad across this season. Fresh legs on the field. Can they turn the tide of this game for Fana? Running into trouble. We've not changed things on the right-hand side. Ruiz and Cardozo have looked pretty good, I feel like, so far in this game. But, well, Liverpool maybe targeting the tired legs on this near side. Pavlovic for Fana. The number 30. Hacked down by Cardozo. I mean, there's a free kick here. Cardozo's pleading his innocence. Is the referee going to book him here? It's only a yellow. For a second, I thought it was going to be a red. But there is now a set piece to deal with. And I do not like this. It's whipped in. Daniel is there. That is a mad save by Minambrez. All right. Shouts of demand more needed. You know what? I should probably change a few more bits here. Let's go more direct. Distribution to the flanks. Bypass the press, play a little wider. We've got 10 minutes to try and make something happen here. I mean, when you look at the stats of this game, the fact we're a goal down is super harsh. I mentioned, you know, there's this battle between ourselves and Liverpool. Whoever wins this, maybe they get some kind of mental edge over the opposition going into the remainder of the season, because it does feel like this is a battle that could rumble on. Ruiz plays it forward to Burn, of course, formerly of Liverpool. He can't get there. Banzuzi now charging through the middle. I mean, it's his first goal of the season. They've scored some absolute bangers today, haven't they? I mean, obviously, we've not scored. That is going to limit your ability to win football matches. But, I mean, the 2 goals they've scored are absolutely stupendous. Yeah, I'm not going to blame the keeper there. 4 minutes of added time at the end of this game, and I'll tell you what, the wind has just been kicked out of my sails. Yeah, what an awful game of football. I mean, if you're a Liverpool fan, it's bloody brilliant. We maybe didn't create enough in this game, but the 2 goals they've scored are just... I don't know. I'm not sure there's much we can do about it. Sometimes when you're up against top quality players, they can have top quality moments. Youthful Lewis comes unstuck. I did also see an inbox item there about the fact Burn fails to score yet again. He's not scored in 8 hours. Right, let's try and sell him again, shall we? I asked his agent, he didn't think there was any interest. I'm going to offer him out. I don't think he's going to be leaving. Anyway, our next game is away from home against West Ham. It's in 4 days' time. I'm going to rest up the team. We're going to get to that one. I'm probably going to need to rotate things. I would quite like to have Laudrup back in and fit enough to start, though. No revelations to report in the last 4 days. I'm sat here staring at the team thinking, how do I want to rotate things a little bit? And I think we're going to take out Oliver. I'm going to give Gromman a rest as well and bring in Endai. Definitely a little bit of a risk, but he's reasonably good with his left foot. And I feel like taking on the team second from bottom is probably the best opportunity I'm going to have to continue to give the 20-year-old some game time for his development. Looking at the rest of the team, I feel like Ryu needs a rest as well. He's already up to 20 matches played, which actually of players in the final third is the most. Ruiz has also played a whole load of football, so let's bring in Jesus Maria Garcia. I almost feel like at this point Cardozo is too important to drop. I could maybe drop Victor for Simon, but Simon now being that only left midfield option during AFCON kind of needs to stay on the bench. I am going to drop Aguiar. We are going to bring Laudrup into the team. But yeah, Ziddy is just a massive miss, isn't he? He's had such a good season so far. Kind of really proud that he's gone to AFCON with Tunisia, although he's been a regular in the national team for a while. But it's a bit of a detrimental thing to us. Okay, away against West Ham. This is a game that we've done a few times over the years. This one maybe under slightly different circumstances given how much they are struggling this season. Let's see how we do get on. Okay, less than 10 minutes played here. Endai, of course, making this big live commentary debut. Throws it to Bordalas. The left-back is charging forward. He has goals in his locker. The keeper's denied him there. I mean, ideally in this game here, we rack up a few goals early and I can rest players ahead of the Liverpool game, with them being in second and ourselves being in first. It is that big 6-pointer. It's one of the reasons why I've had to maybe gamble a little bit and rotate the squad more than I ordinarily would in this game here. West Ham with a free kick in a dangerous area. Acosta rocking the ponytail to hit it. Does hit it. Oh my word. I think the keeper had it covered. In fact, I thought it hit the crossbar. The keeper saved that. We're not having as much of the ball as I would like in this game. But you know what? We're away from home. And it's not like West Ham have created a ton with it either. We're going to attempt to build it out from the back here as Victor picks up the ball, turns and receives it, goes along. Laudrup, on your bike, son. Use your pace. The number 9. A little bit isolated, but burns the number 2 and just pulls something out of nothing. Oh my word, he does it again. He has been an absolute little magician this season, the Danish player. He skips past their right back like he's not even there, opens up his foot and just slides it into the bottom corner. Okay, it is 1-0 at the break. A moment of brilliance is the difference maker. I'm going to tell the players to relax, play with confidence. The defence right now are doing well. Solid defensively. If we don't concede, we're going to win. I think West Ham can feel a little hard done by to be behind in this game. They have been very much going toe-to-toe with us here so far. And now they are bringing the ball forward on this far side, although that ball will be mopped up by Jimenez. He gives it wide to Ngwashi, who has a little bit of time and space to bring out the ball. Does have that dribble more on instruction on. And he gives it to Jesus Maria Garcia. The right mid has been quiet so far in this game, but he could do something here. He skips past his man. He floats it in. Laudrup heads it wide. He should be hitting the target. Going to make some changes here. Burn is looking apprehensive. You know what? If that's the case, I'm bringing in Aguiar to play as the false 9. Although, actually, you know what? I'm going to play him as a channel forward. That's what I've done with Ziddy this year, and it's worked really nicely. Elsewhere, I'm going to take off Bordalas for Bouabré. I'm also going to bring in Pierce at centre mid for Cardozo, who I feel like needs a rest. And Ngwashi's not having the best of games and looking a little bit fatigued. Let's bring in Oliver just to kind of rotate the centre-backs around. It's 4 changes made at once. I feel like that's the habit I've fallen into in modern Football Manager where you're allowed 5 subs. I feel like swapping out 4 players really allows you to revitalise the team for kind of the second half of the second half. There's 15 minutes left here. I'm hoping we can just cruise to a win. Simon on off the bench, playing on that left-hand side, is our specialist set piece taker. Can he turn provider on off the bench again? He whips it in. Jimenez is under it. It's cleared away, but only as far as Jesus Maria Garcia. Victor Garcia wide to Simon. Get it to the edge of the box or whip it in. Aguiar's header loops over, but the keeper was scrambling. I normally have time wasting turn to less often. I'm turning it to more often here for the final 3 minutes. It's not been a classic. It's not been a great game, but we've done what we needed to do. It's a vital win for us here. And Liverpool are the later kickoff against Brentford. A Brentford team who are in 5th place. Brentford, if you want to do me a favour, you know, that would lower the stress levels of me going into this next league game. Never mind, they've lost 5-1 there, haven't they? I've just seen it pop up. Liverpool have demolished them. I will say, looking at the league table, Man City have just appeared from out of nowhere. I guess they were playing when we were playing Liverpool in the EFL Cup. They've gone just 1 point behind us, admittedly. They have played a game more. You might remember Tuta went on loan to Sunderland. I recently had to talk with the Sunderland manager about the lack of minutes he was getting. They've given him 1 minute against Sheffield Wednesday. It's not really what I was hoping for when I asked for more first-team football. Right, we were able to rotate the team a little bit. It's our second game against Liverpool in the matter of a week. Again, it's at home. This one's in the league. Let's make sure we don't concede any long shots. Okay, folks, battle of the big guns at the top of the table here. This is almost the halfway point in the season as well. Lose this, Liverpool are going to go ahead of us. Man City would go ahead as well if they win their away game against Bournemouth. Now, in terms of team news here, I have managed to rest up the team. The good news is actually across the board, fitness levels are pretty good. There's a couple of players lacking match sharpness, but generally speaking, I think we're doing a good job of managing the team. It is going to be Laudrup alongside Kakayo. Kakayo's recent form has dropped off a little bit. Of course, he's not really meant to be the regular starter anymore. I guess 3 goals and 3 assists in 10 games isn't really the worst return. He's actually massively overperforming in his expected goals and assists. So we're going to hope he can step up. In terms of the rest of the team, though, it is full strength with the exception, of course, of Sassy being out and Borderlass coming in. Gave him a rest in that last game. Definitely needed that. Hopefully he's going to fare okay today. If we want to win a Premier League title, we need to win our home games. Do I necessarily think this is the season we're ready to do it? Not really, but if you win this kind of game, you start to dream. There is no Daniel in their team today. Is Daniel injured? The man who bullied us last game, who cost almost £200 million, is not on the pitch right now. I feel like that is a blessing. There is a Daniel on the bench. It's not the Daniel you're thinking of. The Daniel we're thinking of is not here. I wonder if he's injured. I will say Francesco Kamada, who is the replacement, is still a very good striker, and to be fair, so is Faraglia. I'm definitely not saying this name correctly. Look at this guy, another absolutely insane regen. He scares me. I wonder if teams say the same about Laudrup and Ziddy. Maybe they do. Anyway, they've got a corner here, which we're going to deal with. Victor, of course, turn provider for the goal against West Ham with that big ball forward to Laudrup. On this occasion, he's going to look to bring it forward himself, the number 8. Gives it back to Ryu, playing as that quarterback, the deep line playmaker. Gives it wide to Ruiz. Dinked in. Kakayo's there. He was offside. He missed it anyway. I will say, at least we created something inside the first 5 minutes. Now we just need to do it again, probably a few more times, and start scoring them. Kakayo, relieving the pressure a little bit, dropping deep as that false 9. Gives it back to Borderlass. Ryu now has the ball. Looks left, looks right, gives it back to Borderlass. He threads it behind. That is a crazy ball to Victor. 2 players in the middle. Pulled across Laudrup. Cardozo. What a beautiful team goal that was. Borderlass played it down the line. Victor was onside. I think if Laudrup had gone for it, he would have been off. But instead, he got this second ball. He could have shot. He didn't. Very unselfishly laid it to the captain. And he gets another goal to centre mid. The thing I find mad in that situation is that Victor and Borderlass arguably did more to create that goal, but because neither of them got the assist, Laudrup and Cardozo are the players who get the massive bump to their actual ratings. Despite the fact we are ahead in this game, Liverpool are having a lot of the ball and a decent amount of chances to boot, which is, well, a little bit concerning, but I suppose having got our noses ahead, we've got to be happy that we've done better than when we met them in the EFL Cup. Now, we just need to limit their long shots, if we can. Ruiz, down the line to Cardozo, the goal scorer, the number 7, the captain. Players queuing up in the middle, goes on his own, shoots, oh my word. Oh my, he's done it again. It's 2 goals for Cardozo, it's 2 goals for Lewis, it's 2-0 to us. He picks up the ball here, and I'm waiting for him to play it to one of the 3 players in the middle. I think the Liverpool defence was waiting for that too. Instead, Emerson Cardozo ghosts inside and on his weaker foot squeezes it in at the far post. I mean, we're 2 goals up, 35 minutes played. We're looking really good here. Liverpool have had shots, but nothing of serious note. No real major chances, and we've got them penned back again here. Ruiz looking to try and find an opening to deliver a ball in. Floats in, Borderlass nods it back across. It's headed. On goal by Kakayo. It's hit the crossbar and got over. It could have been getting embarrassing for Liverpool. Less than a minute left of this first half. Ruiz dancing forward with the ball. Gives it to Cardozo. Of course, on for a hat-trick now. He picks out Victor. Borderlass looking lively again on this near side. Bringing it forward. Threads it to Laudrup. Players queuing up in the middle. We go all the way back to Grobben. Ryu. Borderlass. Cardozo! He's hit the crossbar. He could have had his hat-trick. It deflected off the defender. What a crazy way to end the half. We nearly had this game done and dusted before the break. And well, despite the fact we've got them pinned back Liverpool here, I don't know, I'm expecting this highlight to fizzle out, but it's not. We're knocking around the ball. Can we get a shot away? No, the referee bails Liverpool out there. We had them on the ropes, but the bell just came too soon. Right, very, very happy with what we've seen there. I'm looking at the performers. Kakayo's on a 6.7. Do I want to take him off? Do I want to bring in Aguiar? You know what? I'm doing that at the break. They've made a triple change at the half. I guess Liverpool aren't happy with what's gone on in this game so far. They've brought in a new defensive mid who's actually got a knock. 2 fresh wingers as well. I suppose our wider players we might need to look to freshen up as this game goes on. But what, 3 minutes into this second half? We're on the front foot again. We've got the ball. We're looking confident. It's more of the same. The ball's dinked towards Ruiz. On this occasion, Kirkes wins it. Ruiz, though, gets that second ball. And now he's in behind. He squares it. Laudrup scores. It's getting embarrassing. We're creating golden opportunities and we're starting to take them. Ruiz with his second assist of the game, and whilst the first one for the Cardozo solo effort is maybe one of those ones that's generous to give us an assist, that pass there was inch perfect. I guess like we're struggling with the fixtures, maybe Liverpool are struggling with the fixtures as well. The congestion is absolutely wild if you're competing in every single competition. But you know what? We rotated our team. We did the minimum amount that we needed to do to beat West Ham in winning 1-0. And the way in which we approached that game and rotated the squad has afforded us to play the team that we fielded here and the team that so far has absolutely dismantled Liverpool. With 23 minutes left, I want to kind of be wary to the fact that if they get 1 goal back, it could get scary. But at the same time, they're not creating anything and we're on the front foot again. Ruiz has like 2 assists. He wants the hat-trick. It's parried out by the keeper. It very nearly ended up in the back of the net. It's cleared away as far as Borderlass. We are not easing up. Having got that 3rd goal, Borderlass gives it wide to Ngwashi. Liverpool live to fight another day. I suppose we should make some more changes here. I'm going to take off Victor. I'm going to bring in Burbre. We are winning this midfield battle. I don't really want to touch things there. Going to give Ryu a rest and bring in Suarez. And at the back, you know what? Jimenez in, Oliver out. Fresh legs needed. Banzuzi scored that banger, didn't he, last time we played against them. For some reason, the name Banzuzi reminds me of Bamzuki. If you know Bamzuki, you know. If you don't know, I can't explain it midway through a Football Manager match. Fernino's on the far side. Chops it back to Banzuzi. He crosses in. Anderson scores. 15 minutes left. Is Elliot Anderson giving them hope? It was a couple of the subs involved in the build-up play. This ball was whipped in. I felt like we had so many players back. And Ngwashi just not tight enough to his man. Despite that goal, Liverpool haven't followed it up with anything. And all of a sudden, there's only 4 minutes left in this game. I think it's all said and done. The official shows 3 minutes. It's definitely done now. It's a massive, massive win in the context of our season. We might not have won the EFL Cup. I'd argue this game mattered more. Tuta has been given 15 minutes today. I mean, maybe he'll get a full match eventually. Cardozo on form, not for the first time this season. Let's give him some praise. And Man City was the late game. It's literally just been played. I've seen that. They have lost as well. What a massive weekend of football for us. 5 points clear of Liverpool, 4 points clear of Man City, who have played a game more. Champions League football is looking like a foregone conclusion. It looks like it could be a 2-horse race. I will say, though, there is only 9 points between ourselves and Brentford in 8th. So as good as we've been in this first half of the season, I am wary to the fact that there is still a whole lot of football to be played. Now, we have still got Napoli and Lille to play in the Champions League, which, looking at how the table is looking, may well be our toughest 2 games, just in terms of how those teams have performed in the Champions League so far. We have already secured our spot in the knockouts. I do believe that if we beat Napoli on the 22nd of January, that will secure us a spot in the kind of latter knockout stage. On top of that, it's away from home, and we have Manchester United immediately after. I think we're going to be coming back for those 2 games. Double away day. Transfer window open. Maybe we will have got busy in the market. Really, really appreciate the support, as always, on the series. We'll be back after the weekend with some more Park to Prem action. Let me know what you thought of the matches today. How about those Liverpool wonder goals? How about Cardozo, though, too? Oh, and of course, rather excitingly, Osorio Silva will be making his live commentary debut on Monday, so that is worth coming back for. Anyway, I'm done yapping. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on Monday for more. I'm out.